I would like to congratulate AiSensy team for conducting such a great event. Definitely this event helps, especially Meta conducts such type of events to introduce the product-specific things. But this event helps to the MSME sector most probably to understand how Meta works, what are the different features. So AiSensy is helping them. So congratulate to the entire AiSensy team. And I would like to personally thank you, Mohit, Gautam, and entire AiSensy team to giving me an opportunity to present in front of such an wonderful audience. So before I get into the context, I'd like to tell my story, how we get involved with WhatsApp and Meta. So exactly 1.5 years. Our association with Meta is not that long. It is mostly 1 year. But we started our journey 1.5 years back. And getting into a sector where most probably nobody has thought how WhatsApp is going to help. It's the election. We started with the MP election, Madhya Pradesh election, 1.5 years back. Some of the MLAs approached us, how we can utilize Meta to reach our citizens to get the benefit. So that is how we started. But we did that time we didn't know what are the limitations. Meta has a lot of limitations when you're trying to influence the voters. So we didn't have any idea. So it was backfired. Because they blocked the number, though we have collected a lot of money from the MLS, it didn't work, so Meta has blocked, so it backfired. So then we thought of how we can take it to the next step. During our MP election and most probably some other state election. And we tried to build a platform where it can, a platform in the sense it has a web portal and providing various features to the MLS MP, how you can stay engaged with the citizens, and at the same time you can do campaign, specific to any location, specific to any category. So we built an entire platform which has also does sentimental analysis and provide information to MLAs and MPs so that they can take corrective action. It really worked. So almost, we engaged 10, 12 because we didn't want to take a chance because of our prior experience. It really worked, but the politicians, right? Once the election got over, fortunately all of them won. So we thought actually this is going to continue, most probably we'll get more customers. The platform is to stay engaged with the citizen, not for the election. They didn't understand that. Once the election got over, they won, they stopped using the platform. So then we realized, since we have spent a lot of money and time, how to take it forward and start engaging with the citizen. So that is when actually we got an opportunity from the Andhra Pradesh government. And fortunately, I can say Andhra is the first engagement where such a large-scale implementation has been done. And it is fortunate because it's Andhra and the vision of Honorable Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and his son, we are able to implement. I don't think, it is much easier if you compare Andhra with other states. We have done it, Odisha, we are doing it for other states, but the experience is not same. And you won't believe me, Chief Minister himself spent 3 hours every Monday to do the project management review. I don't think any state has that kind of, Chief Minister or maybe the CS or maybe any IS officers that are spending that kind of time. Chief Minister himself, every Monday, you'll spend 3 hours conducting project management review, and if things doesn't work, the team has to present next week, Monday, explaining why it is not working. So that is what the support we are getting it from Andhra. So one way it is the easiest part. The difficult part is everything they want tomorrow. So, if you get the APIs, it has to be implemented tomorrow morning, I want to see the result. So that's the difficult part on our side, especially to the developers, architect, sleepless night for last 6 to 8 months. So that is how the challenges. One side is the advantage, the other side is the challenges. But if you go to other state, it's a kind of little bit laid back. And since you are working with multiple departments, each department is managed by different vendors. TCS is sometimes the vendor, PwC is sometimes vendor. There are local vendors also. So you need to work with multiple vendors and overcome the challenges. And unless there is a push from the top management, which is the Chief Secretary, Chief Minister, various department heads, it is not going to work. It is not that easy. So that is what my experience with working with government of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Also, you are working with multiple other states and the central governments. So whatever most probably you have seen, the kind of use case, We have built everything in Andhra. So far, we have almost implemented 770 services for 28 departments, be it bus ticket booking, temple booking, your birth certificate, death certificate, income certificate, then your electricity bill payment, water, property tax. Everything is built in one number. The advantage is the single number. So as a citizen, I really don't know. If I have to do something, I really don't know where to go, which portal to search. Even if I know the portal, where to go and do the service or apply for the application, apply for the service. Here, the good part is it's a single number. Once you have it in WhatsApp, either you can have it through your voice, or you can type, I want to apply for birth certificate. Automatically, the link will come. You apply, submit the form, you're done. And Andhra is the first state. They're trying to get rid of this basically paperless. They have put everything in the blockchain and also in the DigiLocker. So as a platform, it is integrated. It's Aadhaar-based authentication, DigiLocker, your blockchain, because every time the department creates the certificate or the document, it goes to the blockchain, and when you are applying for certain services, what happens? It gets validated against the blockchain just to ensure that, because we are storing the information in the metadata level, it validates whether you have the authentic data or whatever document you have submitted. So that's the best part. And the second thing is, since it is a voice enabled in the local language, you can have, when you do the conversation, what you understood, mostly it is in the local language, English or Hindi. It is a combination of all three. So it takes care of most of the things. So that's why, for citizen point of view, it's much easier. Go to the platform, go to the single number, and say, this is the service I need. Automatically it goes there, and you apply. As Mohit explained earlier, it used to be voice-based, or type. You ask question, you get the answer. Now it's form-based. So you'll get exactly in the waveform whatever you see, or in the mobile. And you enter the information, make the payment, you are done. And you get the certificate there itself. You really don't have to go to the department, because there is no, they are not providing any kind of real certificate, which is a printed certificate. So you get the certificate there. When you apply for different other services, they validate it against either DigiLocker or blockchain, so that there is no need of a physical certificate. So that's the best part. As you see here, actually, there are 770 services we have implemented, and we have a mandate to implement another 800 services in the next 3 months, which is next to impossible, but that is the expectation from the government, especially from the Andhra government. Odisha, we have recently launched, actually not even a month, less than a month. So first phase, we have implemented 132 services, and especially covering actually, total out of 500 services they have planned to implement, but which is mostly they have something called ORTPCA, Odisha Right to Public Service Act. There are certain services comes under that, but which doesn't include your bus transportation services, your bill payment, utility bill payment, doesn't include that. So most probably, we are looking around 800 plus services in Odisha, and now we are working with different other states also, implementing similar things. The best part is a single number, and you have all the services. You can imagine 1,600 services coming in single platform, and it's so easy, and we have almost 1.84 crores in last 6 month transactions, and which is 70 lakhs unique users. They avail the services. Last year, they have implemented, this year they have implemented, you can, as a student for 10th board, 12th board, your admit card, the result publication in the WhatsApp. You won't believe me that 90% of the download is in the WhatsApp. Nobody went to the web portal. Nobody went to the mobile app. Everything is through WhatsApp. Almost 90% data coming from the WhatsApp. So that's the kind of ease of using this portal, especially WhatsApp number, and getting those services. Now, how it started actually, if you see the, especially state engagement starts with always Meta. Meta goes and signs a MOU so that they will provide this platform, and state identify the vendor who is going to implement. So once the state identify the vendor, you have to work closely with Meta. And what happens, there are a lot of technical things which happens. There is something called mission control, like from the Meta, make sure that user should have the first priority, how to make the user ease of entering the data. So that means once you enter the data, everything is stored, And everything is stored in the government data center. Actually, it doesn't stay outside of any of the state data center or whatever data center government used to decide. And when you come next time, you really don't have to enter information because it is your number, WhatsApp number, you have all the information. Then you need to enter only specific information for that service. That's why data entry point of view, it makes your life easier. You really don't have to enter multiple times, even if you have 10 services, 15 services, whatever services. If one time you enter the data, that's it. Next time, it is only specific to that service. So that is what Meta ensure. Some of the states, they have their citizen-centric data stored internally. But some of the states, they don't have. So every application you go, you need to register, then use the service. Whereas state like Andhra, Haryana, they have their citizen-centric data. So you really don't have to go anywhere. One-time registration, it gets all the information from the centralized database, and you are done. You really don't have to enter multiple times. Now, coming back to the engineering part, so as I said, one is your mission control, where it stores the citizen-centric information. You really don't have to enter the data. API integration, some of the states, depending upon the third-party APIs like your DigiLocker, your Aadhaar, again third-party integration, whatever they are doing, you need to integrate that. Then document upload. Some of the services like industry-related services, almost sometimes you need to upload 25, 30 documents. And the amount is huge. Basically, you are applying for MSME. Sometimes they charge 3 lakhs, 3.5 lakhs, which you have implemented in Odisha. Transportation, again, most of the transportation services, like your driving license, learner license, e-challan, everything is integrated. We have to work with NIC. Sometimes it's very challenging to get support from those teams. And it takes months to implement just one service. Because the first time you go, answer is no, it is not possible. Integrating in WhatsApp is not possible. That is the response you'll get from most of the time. But ultimately, you are able to do that. Again, it's because of pressure from the government. Then one is the data trust. Data trust, always there is a question. It's not from the ruling government, but maybe opposition. How secure is my data? How secure is citizens' data? So there is always a question comes from the opposition. So we need to take care of that because everything is stored in the state data center wherever the application is hosted so that it doesn't go outside. And again, Meta's point of view, it is end-to-end encrypted. So that's why they sign a MOU with the government saying that that data is secure. It is not going to be disclosed to anyone else. Then last is the if you go to scale, the way it has been done, as you see, 770 services, which most probably covers all the use cases, whatever you have discussed so far, in last 6 months. And another 700, 800 services in another 3 months. So you can see how fast we are able to build because of the, our portal and help from, obviously the help from AiSensy as well as the Meta. Mostly we have engaged around 35, 40 odd resources for AP and around 20 odd resources for Odisha. But the way the expectation is, and we have built over the last 6 months, it is tremendous. And thanks up to my team. Actually, they did the job. So I'm just taking the credit. So thank you, Bipros team. If you are going to listen in future, thank you very much. So today, actually, if you see all the services available 24/7, definitely there is a challenge where the internet connectivity is a problem. So obviously, the way we are tracking, we track the user journey from end to end, and each and every service we figure out if there is a drop. Let's say if you have to complete one service, you may have to go through 10 to 12 different steps. And we really try to figure out why the users are getting dropped at such a position. And then most probably there is a call generated through the call center. I have seen that during your journey, most of the users are dropping at this point. Are you having any challenges or any issues? They might come back saying that I feel this UI UX point of view it's not working. Or maybe I am having different challenges because of which I'm not able to go further. So we try to improvise. It's a continuous learning process. We try to improvise. Similarly, when we started, actually, if you look at the way the voice part, everybody talks about voice, AI, but really, you think from the citizen point of view, right? if I have to enter all the information, I can say that transportation, I want to travel from Vijayawada to Hyderabad and such date, and I am to avail a AC three-tier AC service, and I want to pick up from this position and drop up certain location. The AI may not understand and enter the data correctly. So you are seeing that data that has come out is not correct, but user don't know whether you have to correct it there or you correct after the form is entered, right? So there's a lot of confusion. So we keep on changing. So to make it ease of uses from the user point of view, we keep on changing. That's a continuous process which we are doing. So again, the best part is the single number. One place you come and you avail all the services, depending upon either you can choose by department, you can choose by the type of service. That's the best part. And in future, actually, what is the plan is most probably the messaging part. I don't know, I think I don't see a lot of people from Meta, but there is always challenge from the government. Most of the time, if you look at the type of messages, what Meta provides, one is a service. If it is initiated by the user, all these services, if it is initiated by the users, it's free of cost. There is no charge, messaging cost. But if it is a utility message, when you say utility that your electricity bill is due, your water bill is due, you need to make payment, that is, I think, whatever charges, they have a standard price, and there is a marketing. So when government does a lot of messaging, we are not sure which category it falls, especially is the outbound. Inbound is free, there is no issue. Outbound, when you do a lot of messaging, we really don't know. So most of the time there is a challenge coming from the government saying that it is government actually, it is not doing any kind of marketing for which you will charge me marketing cost. So if I have a budget of 500 crores for marketing and you are charging 1 rupee per message, if I send it to 4 crore citizen, I'm done in one message. So that is becoming a challenge day by day. There is a discussion going on the Meta management and the government, and we are being the middleman, we are having always facing the hit. So we need to go and convince, try to tweak the message to make it fall under utility, but we don't have any control over that. Apart from that, actually, we now helping a lot of state governments how to promote your tourism. So we have built a couple of use cases working with multiple state governments. So as an outsider, I really don't have, let's say I want to visit Odisha, I really don't have any idea where I need to go. So what you suggest them actually, if you put a QR code, people mostly visit either through rail, air, bus, or by travel, by car. So wherever each of people are entering to the states from different locations or from different areas, put a QR code. You want to know about Odisha tourism, or you can put it in your web portal, wherever is possible, or advertise through WhatsApp. Using that QR code, you'll figure out, okay, these are the locations. Basically, depending upon your area of interest, like let's say I'm interested in adventure. So it will suggest, so these are the areas in Odisha which you can visit. Tell me about your plan, that I want to visit from this place to this place, or I want to visit from this day to this date. My area of interest is this. It will automatically suggest a plan saying that, okay, these are the places you need to visit these 5 days. Then it will also help you to book the government-provided guest houses, hotels, or they are tied up with the private where you can book the hotels. Then you can also book your plan, travel plan. So either by air or IRCTC railway or local transportation, everything is done in a single portal. And the advantage here is, because of this, they're able to figure out, and since they have tied up with Make My Trip or other private players, how many visitors are visiting, which locations they are interested, especially on the data analytics side, right? That is also helping you to identify and promote, and most probably they are getting repeated customers. Similarly, another use case, government has almost 4,200 schemes. Central government has 700 odd schemes. State governments has near about 3,500 schemes. As a citizen, I don't know which scheme I'm eligible for. Today, the problem is the job market. Of course, it's for the rural people. I really don't know which schemes I'm eligible for. So the way I have done, we have pulled all the information, built a data lake, and there is a rule-based engine which will pick up the criteria and we are requesting users or citizens to create a profile. So once you create a profile, it will always goes and says that, okay, based on your profile, you are eligible for these schemes. And government has, put people who will handle you to apply for those schemes. So that's a big hit actually. Most of the department, most of the state governments, they are requesting to have that kind of services. Similarly, now we have integrated in Odisha. Actually, we have integrated with most of the hospitals, government hospitals, to do the registration, patient registration, and appointment, along with the result in WhatsApp. Everything is available in WhatsApp, a single stop shop, again, single number. So lastly, actually, just few use cases, one from Odisha, one from AP. So I thought of just having. So this is the endowment, which is basically temple booking. We have almost 9 or 10 temples where through WhatsApp you can book the temples and make the payment. Again, you can type or you can have a voice also. And again, since AP is the first state to implement this, we had gone through multiple iterations. Initially, there was no voice, then we have added voice. It keeps on changing. Actually, this is most probably the 4th or 5th version you are seeing during last 6 months. Again, it's just like Make My Trip. As a citizen, I can book for myself, or also I book for my family members, or maybe my friends. So once you have all this information, next time when you come, all this information are available. You just need to click. You don't have to, again, enter the information, personal information for booking something. This is again, their social security empowerment department, where again, depending upon, let's say you apply for one scheme, and based on your eligibility, you may also eligible for a different scheme. That is the application.
I want to apply for NFBS services.
Other challenges actually, what you have observed. So when the input, basically, if you are asking for some certain information, you are just having small input. The voice works. But when you have to enter, 3 or 4 page forms, mostly we have removed voice. Actually, it is a form based now. Initial is started with the voice, but you start entering with a form. Like most probably here, you need to enter around 21 fields for each service. So obviously, this voice doesn't work. Good part is after Andhra and Odisha, I think most of the states, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, I think the next states, most probably they're going to implement. Haryana, Telangana is also working. So most of the states are going to follow. The best part is, you stay connected with the citizens, right? When you talk about citizens, just imagine 2 states, almost 9 crore citizens, Andhra and Odisha. UP is the real challenge. When you go to the UP, there are multiple other challenges also. When you talk about voice, dialects comes to the picture, right? Sometimes in Odisha also we have 10 different dialects. So obviously sometimes doesn't work. So we are trying to, build something of our own, which is a layer, whatever you are using, try to overcome that. Anyway, so basically, this is the service where once you apply for one scheme, it also helps you to recommend these are the other schemes which are eligible, and most probably you can also take the benefits of the other schemes. With this, actually, I think I'd like to end here. And again, thank you AiSensy for providing this opportunity. And if you have any question, I'm ready to answer.
Myself Subramanyam, I'm from Hyderabad. Nice to see Andhra Pradesh governments on WhatsApp. So I need to know what is the role of CRM when you are implementing this kind of CRM in WhatsApp?
Yeah, so again, as far as CRM is concerned, every state has a different CRM they are using right now. we have integrated with their respective CRM. Doesn't matter which CRM because through API we are going to integrate. And especially when you talk about CRM, it is mostly citizen setting interaction. So when somebody is facing a problem, have the citizen setting information stored in their local database. If they want to reach, they can always reach. Grievance is a major problem because they don't know where to go, how to apply. Now with this, it is much easier because I know I have applied for this service. So for each service, we have provided a grievance management or feedback. So we can go to that service, you can check the status, immediately you can provide a grievance as well as a feedback to make it better. So that is working much better because for a user point of view, it is much easier. They really need to go to that service and provide the feedback or grievance. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's
Thank you,
request Mohit to kindly walk up. So we have a token of appreciation for you. You can give me the clicker. Yes. And thank you so much for enriching your knowledge towards this. And let's have the proud token of appreciation to this eminent speaker. Thank you so much. Quite an insightful session for all of us. Let's have a big, big round of applause from the audience, please. Everybody.